Okay, so BigFix administration. Do you have any idea in that part how it works?
No, I have idea in SCCM, but somewhere I
Hmm.
try to relate.
Hmm.
But
So basically, as I told you, SCL BigFix, it is a kind of patching platform, and we can patch multiple flavors of operating systems with the help of that particular tool, and we can use it for the inventory collection, security purposes, patching purposes, and other stuff. So before learning to the big fix, few questions comes into the mind like what is big fix? How can I learn big fix? How to start? Where to start? Should I learn something before starting the big fix? How can I get the practical knowledge? What are the different modules? How widely it is used? How soon I can learn? What are the custom, fixlet, and task or content? So, what is BigFix? Simple answer is that it is a patching tool. Rest of the definition I can share in the documents. How I can learn BigFix? With the help of practical labs. That is the only way. There is no other way. You cannot read somewhere like some theory part or something like that. You have to set up a virtual lab or physical lab, whatever you want to do so. How to start? Answer is same. Before starting, we need a lab. Where to start? You can start it anywhere at your home with the video tutorials with some guide, but lab is must. So should I learn something before starting Big Fix? Answer is yes, but not that much into the deep. Like some mid-level knowledge of Windows operating system management or server OS management. Some skills are required, like Active Directory, DSCP. These kind of basic skill set means not that much into the depth, but you must know. How can I get the practical knowledge? It's totally up to you how you can get the practical knowledge. With practicals only, there is no other way. You have to perform. I will guide you. You have to perform, and that will be a practical knowledge for you. You have to perform practicals with your own. Means everyone. This is applicable for the everyone. What are the different modules in BigFix? So this particular topic will cover when we will be exploring the BigFix into the deep or the depth. How widely it is used? Like it is majorly used over the globe. It is a most popular tool. Big giants, MNCs, the companies who are managing 1 lakh or 2 lakh plus of VDI or virtual or physical infra with multiple operating system flavors, these companies are using. So you can like what I can consider BigFix is widely used up to it it is a kind of it already captured somewhere around in between 70 to 80% market in patching the devices. How soon I can learn? Answer is 5 days. But if you are good enough, you can learn it in 3 or 4 days as well. Or it's totally up to you how much time you are spending. Accordingly, you can get the things. What are the custom content and fixlet? So fixlet and content or other tasks. These topics we will cover with the practicals. Why? Because before configuring the BigFix server, you will not be able to see the fixlet and tasks. So basically, fixlet are the patches from the Microsoft or from some other vendors to patch that particular device. That's it. Any doubt here?
no, no,
Okay.
all good.
Now, here is the course overview or the session overview, like what you are going to learn in this particular uh, series or the course, whatever we are following right now. So, the session one, how to plan to install the BigFix server along with the inventory, what kind of inventory is required. So, basically, the server configure, we need one server with Active Directory and domain services along with the DSCP server to deliver the IP addresses. But DSCP scope, it is not must, it is optional. If you do not have any DSCP scope, you in that case you have to put the manual IP addresses on the systems. And BigFix server, to install that BigFix server, it should be running on, or it is supported the operating system. Like as you can see, all operating systems are listed here: Windows Server operating system, Linux, Ubuntu. Even Mac OS is not there, but it supports Mac OS as well. And the minimum hardware configuration for a test lab to deploy that BigFix server, that is i5 or i7 with at least 10 generation of CPU, 8 GB of RAM, SSD it should be 200 GB, and has required software installed? No, we do not have to install any software in that. So to configure a BigFix server, what we need? We need one Windows Server OS with at least 10 generation CPU. Means 10 generation, it may run on 8 generation as well, but yeah, 10 generation is good. Minimum RAM, it should be 8 GB, and SSD, it should be 200 GB. These are the hardware configuration for a virtual machine which we are going to on which we are going to configure that BigFix server. Now, in second session, what we will learn? We'll learn how to install the BigFix server. So, as you can see here, create the license and authorization file that I will give you. Download the BigFix installer. I will share with you because you do not have those files with you. And how to install and configure BigFix server console and the client installation, I will guide when we will be performing the practicals. Then we will install the BigFix client on every computer, and it should be installed on the every computer too for patching purpose. And that's it. Yeah, here is some notice mention here, like if you can install the client at this point or proceed with the installation of BigFix server clients later on. That means it is not required to install BigFix clients at the same time of when we are installing the BigFix server. We can install the clients later on as well. Means in future, if you are adding new clients to your infra, so you do not have to manually install the things on every new client or computer which is connected. So any doubt here?
No, not as of now.
Now in the third one, what we will do, we will install the BigFix inventory, we will install the SQL server, we will enable the Fixlet site, install BigFix server, inventory server, and we will perform some initial configurations, and we will verify the current application or catalog version, whatever we will install. In the fourth one, we will create some users. We will give access to the, yeah, we will give user access to the BigFix inventory and BigFix console. We will set up some user group and computer groups as well. So that I will guide you how to set up these user groups or computer groups inside BigFix console. In the fifth one, we will set up the scan to discover software or hardware inventory in your infrastructure. Like if in your production you are having 1000 VDI, right? So some tool should be there who can scan all the virtual machines, like on which operating system they are, what is the RAM, how much memory, everything. So with the help of BigFix report, and we can easily pull out the inventory of n number of devices with a single click. We will initiate the software scan. What software scan will do? It will continuously scan all the clients which is connected to the BigFix server. If BigFix server finds any client is running on the outdated outdated patch or outdated application, it will quickly upload that scan result to BigFix server, and we will get some alert. Or also you can collect that data from reports as well, like how many machines are there who is running on the older version of the uh, applications or the drivers, or if any machine is in threat, it is vulnerable, it will prompt information, or it will send information to the main or primary BigFix server. So this is the session summary, how we will cover all the sessions in the 5 days. Now, sessions 6, 7, 8 are also there, and which is including a kind of Q&A, troubleshooting, and production environment, like that we will uh, try to learn. We will troubleshoot all the scenarios which you will face in the production infra. So that is for troubleshooting and practice purpose, and all the above 5 sessions, those are for the deployment. Any doubt?
No, all good.
Okay, so to set up a BigFix server or BigFix lab, right, we need some hardware on which we can configure the practice lab or the test lab, whatever you can consider. So our first server, that is our domain controller, DC. On my domain controller, I have configured Active Directory, DSCP, and DNS. I have given 2 GB RAM to it. My second server is, that is BigFix server, and RAM I have given is 6 GB, and this machine is connected to my domain, which is techamtech.com. That is my domain controller. Next, this will be our one Windows Server 2019 that we will test, and we will patch it from that BigFix server. Also, we will patch some older editions like Server 2012 and Ubuntu and multiple flavors like Mac OS and Windows 10. So to patch all these, like to cover all the available flavors of desktop or the servers, like from Windows or Linux or Mac, we will test. We have to deploy the VMs with all the flavors, and we will patch all the machines with the help of the BigFix console. So as you can see here, we at least we have to create the 7 virtual machines. Means these, that is a minimum count. Maximum you can create as per your hardware capability. So some prerequisites like for infra setup, minimum hardware configuration. I already uh, told you. Software requirement, like you can use VMware Workstation or Hyper-V or any other hypervisor. I will recommend to go with that Hyper-V or Citrix hypervisor or VMware ESXi. And total VM required, one, that is Active Directory server, domain controller, one BigFix server, one SQL server. In client machine, at least 2 VM required, Windows 10, server 2019 or 2012, you can use any, and that will be good. If in other flavor of Windows like OS, we can use Ubuntu with 4 GB. If you have SUSE, Linux or Red Hat, we can uh, like create the virtual machines with all those available operating systems. And very, very important, BigFix, that particular tool, it will never work into the work group. So means it can work, but that is not, you know, not a good practice. Okay, why? Because we have to manage thousand of systems, so we cannot go with the manual stuff. So all the client machines, whatever we will create, all the machines must be joined into a domain, whatever the domain we have. Any doubt?
No, no, all good.
Okay, so I think in this only 6 minutes are remaining. So yeah, that's it. If you have any query or concern, you can ask, or we are good to conclude the call.
Uh, all good as of now.
Yeah,
And
thank you very much. Hello guys, good morning. Welcome back. In this session, we are going to learn how to configure a BigFix server. So, as you can see, this is my hypervisor and this is a virtual machine I created. And you can see on a local server, the computer name is BigFix, which is joined to my domain. And the memory I given to this machine is almost 6 GB, that is 5.99. Now, I'm having BigFix installer files already on the desktop. So, simply right click, run as administrator, click yes. So, we are going to launch the setup. Click yes, click OK. So, we are going to install BigFix version 9.5. Click on next again. We are going to continue with the trial version, which can handle up to 1000 clients. But if you have any production key or authorization key, you can go with the production. But for learning purpose, we are good with the evolution version. Click on next. Accept the license. Click on next. So go with the express installation. In this case, it will install the SQL server on the same machine. But when it comes to the production, in that case, you have to go with the manual installation and you have to ask your database team to create a database for the SQL. So right now I'm going with the express installation. Oh, ho. Okay, it is asking for .NET 3.5. Perfect. Okay, so basically this feature is required to continue. Simply go to the server manager, click on the manage, click on add roles and features, click on the next, next again, next again. We do not want any role here. Click on next. The thing we required is .NET 3.5. Click on next. And I hope it will not prompt for the restart, but okay, do not check it. Click on install. It will take a while to download that .NET 3.5 from the internet. So basically, it is a kind of prerequisite to install .NET 3.5 before installing the BigFix server. Right now, I'm using that Windows Server version 2022, but in Windows Server version 2019, I think .NET 3.5 is already there. So if you are using that version, you do not have to go with that feature installation. So let's wait for a while. In the meantime, let me show you what we are going to do. So that is a requirement. Like we need one server with Active Directory and DHCP configured that I already have. That is my domain controller. And the operating system, what we are using to configure that BigFix server, that is 2022. That is Windows Server 2022. These are the hardware requirement for the test infra, like 8 GB RAM is good for the smooth operations. and database as well. And sufficient disk space should be 200 GB of SSD. If you do not have ISKG storage, that is completely fine in test infra. And I never recommend that HDD because it is having very slow kind of read-write operations. You do not have to install any additional software. So this configuration we are performing right now. So let's go back to the VM. Still installation is going on. Let's wait for that. In the meantime, come here. So authorization file, installer file that I already have. BigFix installer I already have. If required, I will share that thing with you guys. Then right now we are here. We have launched the installer file and we are configuring the server. So that's it. And now then we will install the BigFix client on every computer. So this step we are here downloading the BigFix installer. I already have. I have launched the installer and it is running. And right now it is actually installing that .NET feature. After that, we can continue with the installation. So let's wait for a while. And then the later on plan is to SQL Server. We already continued with the Express installation. So it is already there in the BigFix server only. That we will perform fix latent task, how to create the site, install the BigFix Immunity server, and we will perform some initial configurations. So let's wait for that. Okay, is it succeeded? Yeah. Okay, so that .NET 3.5 is must, guys. So close it. Now simply click on OK. So that is a BigFix server IP and that is a port number 52311. Click on next. And if you are having any running proxy server in your infra, you can set the proxy from here. But I do not have any proxy running, so cancel that. Click on next. Now it is asking for some details. So let's put it. My name, Mahesh. Email address, uh, let it be abc@gmail.com. And organization name is Mahesh. Click on next. Okay, so now, right now it is asking for a BigFix console password. So we have to set it up. So give some strong password here. Click on next. So now it is creating the site and installing the BigFix console. So all the installation, whatever that console is performing right now, it's over the internet. Means if you do not have your machine on the internet, you will not be able to perform that installation. Why? Because it will download the SQL and other BigFix components from the internet. So as you can see, like if you can see the installer, it's only 295 MB in size, right? So SQL and everything that is not possible inside that installer file. So let's wait for that installation to be completed. It will take up to 15 to 20 minutes. depending upon your internet connection. Okay, so here we have got something in progress. There is no SQL so far, so it might be downloading the SQL. So you cannot interrupt that process in between. You simply have to wait. Okay, guys, let's wait for it. It will take a while. I'm on mute. I will be continue once that installation is finished. Okay, guys. So as you can see, that installation is completed. And when we go to the start menu, you can see BigFix console is here, SQL server or database is here, and now simply click on finish. Thank you very much. In the next one, we will learn the console and the other component like fixlet, task, and a complete over or guide. Thank you very much. Hello guys, welcome back to the BigFix server installation part 2. And in the last one, we have installed the BigFix console and other components like BigFix console, then web reports, client deploy, everything, the diagnostic tool, everything we have installed. Now, let's launch the console for the first time. Now, it is asking for the credentials. So, enter the credentials, click login. Now, it is simply loading the site what we have created. It's loading site, then the custom content, then the external one, dashboard, then it will synchronize it with the root server. So again, will take a while. Guys, this is a complete installer package from which I am installing the BigFix server, but in several videos you might see like you have to install the component again and again. So that is like uh, not again and again, but like console with different options, then reports, then multiple things. But it is a complete package. So that is a BigFix console. And if you go to the sites, we have 40 external sites from where it is getting the packages or the patches. If I go to the fixlet and task, so these are the available tasks which already downloaded from the server, like the BigFix server. So as you can see, we have multiple like update for Windows Server 2022. It is a patch. Category you can see the download size, source ID, and the source release. So like the Microsoft is the source from where it is getting the patches, but if you are having any other like applications like Chrome or any other, so you will see different kind of source as well. But right now we do not have installed anything in these machines. So like all the source comes from the Microsoft only. Now into the baselines, you can categorize the baseline as per the IP or the host name or the you can also create the boundaries into the computer. So far, we are having only one computer, which is a BigFix server. And in this BigFix server, we have installed the BigFix client during the installation, and it started reporting here. Now, in future, when we create n number of computers in our infra, all the computer will listed here. We do not have any computer groups, but yeah, you can create the computer groups depending upon the computer configurations. So that is our external site from where it is getting the downloads or the patches. Console operator, you can see right now that is a console operator, but yeah, if you want to create a new console operators, you can do that from this console. I will guide you how to, you can see, create local operator. You can like enter the credentials. Let me make it user. Let me give some password. So now click OK. So now you can see the roles, or the you have to allow the user. When you have to disable the user, you can disable it. You can select the roles like master operator, show other actions, can create actions, can lock. Multiple things are there that we can explore later on. So that's it. If you want to reset that user password, you can reset it from here. Issued actions, you can see if this particular user perform any kind of actions, all will be shown here. And if you want to assign any role for that user, you can search for role and you can assign into the site. This is our site and this user is uh, controlling that site only. And the permission for this particular user for now is to a reader, means he can only read the things on the BigFix console. Now, baseline you can create that we will cover later on. Computers you can search by domain in my domain is techmtech.com. In my domain, only single computer is there. When I will deploy the client computer, I will show you how to push the fixlet and task for the users, not for the users, for the computers. Also, you can retrieve the computers by the host name like BigFix. If you want to search the computers with the OS, all the computer with this particular OS will be listed here. You can locate the computers by CPU or maybe by username, maybe by RAM. Multiple options are there. But so far we are having only one computer listed here. So only one is into the list. We do not have created any group so far. So we'll create later on and go to the tools. You can launch the web reports from here. So let's see. Sync without data. I do not want this. Confirm and continue. Okay. Again. So that is a web reports. Port number is 8083. Click on advanced. Continue. For the first time, you have to set up the username and credentials. So let's Mahesh Singh. Logon name I can make it. Password. Password again. Click on continue. So this is the default view of the web reports. And if you click on the report list, so you can see the default report list, whatever is listed here. Also, if you want to create random or particular reports, you can do that from here. Into the administration part, you can create a schedule activity, but these kind of options we will explore in upcoming videos. Into the user management, you can create the users and you can assign the roles for the users. In the data source setting, you can check the database. Scheduled activities, there is nothing right now. So that's it in this video. In upcoming videos, we will explore the multiple things. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. So yeah, hi guys, welcome back. So in this session, we will learn the client deployments on the computers connected into a domain, and we'll see some basic patching and fixed latent task performance. So to do the same, like This one, as you can see, it is my BigFix server, which we have configured earlier. And now I have created one client machine, which is connected to my domain. This is the host name, Windows 10 Client 01. Let me log into the machine with my domain user account. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Okay, it's not a domain user account. Other account. That's it. It will take a while. In the meantime, this is my BigFix server, so you can see multiple shortcuts are there. So you can create the shortcuts. Simply go to the start, expand the folder, select any of one, go to the more, then the file location, select all, right click and send to the desktop. If you want to create, that is good. If you are okay with the start menu, that is also completely fine, but it is quite difficult to search from here. So I have everything on my desktop, including installer files. So right now, these files are not required anymore, so I can delete that folder. Let's see what is going on here. Okay, it is logged in. You can see it's a completely fresh machine. I simply join that machine into my domain. If I go to the properties of the computer, so you will see like this machine, this is the host name and this machine is joined in my domain. The memory and other details, so these are not required for now. Now, this is the new desktop you can consider which is connected into our network. Now, we have to patch it, we have to secure it with the help of BigFix console. But first, we need to add that device into the BigFix console. To do the same, we have to install the BigFix client in this particular machine. So, if 100 of machines are there, it is not possible manually to install the client in every computer. You cannot use the USB drive or any other stuff, to go to the manual desk and to install the clients. So we can push that client remotely as well from BigFix console. So to achieve that, we will simply go to the, okay, before that, let me show you one thing in this machine. Here, you will see in program files, nothing is there, like BigFix console, nothing, or client, and in task manager as well. I'm not sure it's in the ribbon menu or what we can say it. Okay. Oh, sorry, notification bar. So to install the BigFix client, go to the BigFix server, and here you will see one option that is known as BigFix client deploy. Double click on it. This is a simple console. If you are connected to the Active Directory, you can use that option. If you are into the work group, you can use that option. And Windows NT domains are almost, end of the life. So I do not recommend for this one. So we'll go with the latest one using AD services. Click on next. Here you have to enter your domain admin password. So let me enter that. Click on the next. Now it will automatically search your domain. So if I expand my domain, you can see multiple OUs are there. If you have to deploy a client like BigFix client in particular computer or the group, in that case you can select your domain like OU. But in our case, we have to patch all the machines. Whatever, sorry, we have to deploy the client in all the machines, available all the machines. So I'm selecting the entire tree, not a specific OU. But you can select a specific OU as well. But all of my OU are empty. There is no machine in these OUs. So I will go with the entire tree. Click on next. Now it will search all the machines, whatever is connected in my domain. So you can see I have just created Windows 10 machine. Here is the status. Only in BigFix machine that client is deployed and the version is 9.5 or 2.56 and it is currently running. But in Windows 10 it is not installed and in domain controller it is also not installed. So I'm not going to install it on my domain controller just because of some reason, because my domain controller is a separate machine. Here you can see, and this is used for the remote login user. So I'm not going to patch this. I'm simply going to patch my Windows 10 machine for now. So select the machine, click on next. Now, if you have any proxy settings, you can enter the proxy address, but we do not have, so not required. And when you go to the advanced options, so these are some advanced options. If you want to change the installation directory, you can change. This is a default directory in which that VS client will be installed. So we'll go with the default options only. And if you need verification, you can check that. If you need any custom settings, not required actually. So we will go with the recommended settings only. So simply select the computer, or you can select computer in bulk. Means if hundreds of computers are listed here, in that case you can select all of them together by Control A and simply click on the start. So now you can see it is copying the installation file to Windows 10 machine. Now it is waiting for setup exe to finish. So if I go here in my Windows 10 machine, so it might be copied somewhere. Let's try to locate if we can. BigFix Enterprise, you can see client is automatically copied, right? I'm not going to open it right now. It is executing. So in a same way, in all of the machine, it will automatically copy and install it. Let's go back to BigFix server. You can see now it is deleting the installation file and installation is succeeded. That means now in our BigFix console, our Windows 10 machine will be listed. So click on next. These are the logs. If some error is there, you can look into the error. You will get some error code with the error. But right now there is no error. So click on finish. Now if I go to my BigFix console, you can see one machine is automatically added here. Why? Because that BigFix client is installed in that machine. So basically BigFix client, it is an application which continuously communicate to the BigFix server. And that particular client, it is also continuously scan the client machine for any vulnerabilities, any outdated patch, any error, any bug. It continuously scan. So now we have this machine, the RAM, the free space on the machine, whatever the total size, IP, subnet, and which user is logged in right now in this machine, right? So now coming to the Pixlet and task. So basically, Fixlets are the predefined patches which is available from the source. Source means if you are using Windows Server 2022, so Microsoft regularly release the security patches. You can see source is that and the size and the date of release and the source ID, everything is there, right? So if anything is outdated, you can simply you can see like 31,245 patches are there, right? And you can see some of the patches are grayed out, some of the patches are highlighted, right? So grayed out is not applicable. So you don't even know like which patch is suitable for which OS, right? Which client. So to patch or to filter the patches as per the OS, what you have to do, you have to simply go to the computer. So we have two computers here, Windows 10. So I'm trying to patch that Windows 10 machine here. Simply right click or open or simply double click on it. So now let's maximize this. So you can see this is my Windows 10 machine, the CPU, i5 or whatever the IP and other stuff, right? Now from here, if you can get to that thing, right? Out of 37,000 patches, only 56 patches are relevant to this machine, right? Manoj, are you getting what I'm doing here? I'm simply filtering the patches which is applicable for this machine only. Manoj, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Are you getting
Um,
that thing? What I'm doing?
yes, yes, yes. These are
Because
the relevant patches for this machine.
yeah, for this means for this particular OS, right? Or the machine.
Yes,
Because you cannot filter out of 37,000 patches, right? It is quite difficult to see every
yes.
patches. So you simply have to select the computer. So now in this fixlet are the fix actually means if it is a kind of security patch. Okay. Task,
Hmm.
you can create the task, but basically task scheduler is also there that we can use for the deployment specific task like disable future use of floppy disk, right? These are the task kind of things, right? That I will cover later on. Right now we are into the fixlet. So,
Okay,
so as you can see in this machine, we will go with the critical patches. You can see these four are the critical one, which needs to be updated on the priority, right?
right,
And these are the important one, and these are the unspecified. So why it is unspecified? Because it is a kind of network share for Office 365, right? But Office 365 is not installed in this machine, right? So we will not go with this one, right? Why we are patching
right,
for the Office 365 if that application is not there, right? In the same way,
right,
Adobe Flash Player, if it is there, in that can you can patch, right? If Adobe Flash Player is not into the machine, so there is no sense, right?
right.
But these patches are applicable, okay? But choice is yours, right? You have to follow some SOP. So we will go with that critical one first, just to show you how to deploy it.
Okay,
So the size of first one is 15 MB. This one is okay. We will go with the 15 MB size because this one is 572 MB. Okay, it will consume
okay,
more data, so we'll go with the short one. Now, what I can do, I can select that particular patch. Okay,
hmm,
click open. Now this is a console or this is a window from where you can initiate the deployment process. So from here, you can click on the take action, click here to
okay,
initiate the deployment process. Now, here is the applicable computer. Okay.
okay,
So you can select applicable computers by group as well. We do not have any groups, or you can select applicable computers by property as well, means by computer name or by OS. Like if you select the OS, uh, whatever the computer count with this particular OS, all will be listed here, right? If you go with the
right.
CPU, all the computers running with the i5, this one, okay, all will
Hmm.
be listed here. If you go with the username, all the user means all the computers which is connected to this user will be listed here. Same, you can select by RAM, means
Okay,
4096, means it will automatically select all the computers who having 4 GB of RAM. Are you getting? Like these are the
yes,
options, okay? You have to explore
yes,
it. So, but we do not have that much of options. Why? Because we are having only single machine, right?
right.
So let's select it. Now it is asking for execution. So in execution, you can select start on. So what is the time here? Mm, 11/10/2024, and okay, it's today's date, I think so, right?
Yes.
And it will start it at 10:16. No, let's make it not 10. Let's make it 10. 18 is here, right? 19. Let's make it 20, okay? And end time, you can select if you want to select any end date. So let me select end date because we do not have that much of time. So let's 25 will be the end one, okay?
So
User,
this is the current time, right?
yes, yes. Means
Because it's 11:19 right
yes,
now.
yes, yes, yes. So because we have
Yeah.
to check this in 5 minutes only, na? But in
Okay.
production, you have to schedule it for the weekends, okay? Not immediate,
Okay.
okay? So users, for all users, message. If you want to display some message, check this box
Okay.
into the description. Ask user to save work. Allow user to. No, we do not want allow user to view the action script. If you want user to cancel the action for a 1 day, for a 2 day, you can set the deadline, right? So,
Right.
so right now I'm only selecting. I do not have that much deadline, so I'm selecting deadline for 5 minutes only. Okay,
Okay.
and run automatically. Show message if you want to show any message, right? You can type please save your work, okay,
Okay.
and restart PC or whatever the message you want to give, right? Offer, this is the offer, default offer. Post action application, so simply it's 1019 now. So now I simply pushed it. So you can see right now it is not reported and percentage is 100%. So let's wait for this. This is a computer on which it is going to deploy. Also, if you want to stop that action, you can press here, right? Click here,
Right.
stop. But right now, what time we selected? 10:20, na? At 10:20, it will start.
No, but it's 11:20. The 10:20 has already passed. Okay, as
Oh,
per your machine, it's 10:20.
so
You're
that
logged
is
in
the
right
same
now.
time, na? I given, right?
Yes, yes, that
Okay.
should be
So you can see what it did. It downloaded the file and the status is complete, right?
right.
Now, anytime it will start the action. So to check the action, let's go back to Windows 10 machine. It is locked. Okay. And you will see in some time it will
Mm-hmm.
throw some pop-up to the end user.
Okay.
You can see here
Yes.
the patch is here, right? Into the list.
Yes.
Now, if user click on the accept, it will install the like installation or the patching this PC, right? Right now,
Right.
no offer is there, but it will throw some offer as well. That I manually open, right? But user don't know, right? What is going on here,
Right.
right? So it will throw some pop-up here. Let's wait for it. Okay, you can see the status right now.
Yes.
Pending offer acceptance. Count one, right? Because user is not accepted it.
Right.
Okay, let's okay. That is like notification is not an issue. In the center of the screen, na, it will throw like the pop-up, right? But let's do it manually as well. That is not an issue.
Okay.
So click here to accept this or offer.
Mm-hmm.
So into the progress, user accepted the offer, right? And waiting for processing. Now,
Right.
okay, that is the offer just came, right?
Right. This is
Uh,
the
Deadline we set it for the 5 minutes, right?
right.
Now user having two options, cancel action or take action. So let's take action.
Right.
Like please save your work, whatever I entered over there, right?
Right.
So now go back to the BigFix server. So let's see. It will refresh in some time. And if you are very, very good into the scripting path, right? So whatever the patch we are performing over here now, that is a script for that. Okay. You can copy the script or you can modify it. But
Okay.
to do the same, we have to learn PowerShell multiple things. But we are having GUI tool, so that is not an issue. So you can see the status right now
Yes. Pending restart.
means end user because we have patch the critical one, right? So for critical
Yes.
patches, restart is must, right? So and how it is getting these status options just because of that BigFix client, it is reporting to the BigFix server continuously what is going on with this PC. Are you getting my point?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let's see what is going here. It is saying like pending restart, right? So cancel
Yes.
this, simply reboot the machine. Here as well, update and restart, right? That's it. Perfect. Within some time, what it will do? It will be successful.
Yes.
Means I'm doing this with a single machine, right? But it is very, very easy, not that much complicated, right? So let's wait for this machine to boot up. So in your case, you are having 3 or 4 VMs, right?
Yes.
So you have to replicate the same, okay, on your system, okay?
Okay.
Means you have to patch, that's it. So status change, no, still in reboot state. And in the next one, I will show you patching is clear, na? Is there any issue in that? How I filtered the patches for the OS,
No,
right?
patching is clear. Patching part is clear.
Okay, now in the next one, I will let you know how to push the applications through BigFix. Okay, but for pushing the applications, we are having SCCM as well, but we can use BigFix as well to push the applications.
Right.
It is taking some time. Their time 11:28. Okay, at 12 I have to go somewhere. I'm not available in between 12 to 4. Okay,
Sure. Sure. Sure.
just try to replicate this on your system. If you are getting any error, you can call me directly anytime. Okay, I will be available on
Uh,
cell phone.
Sure. Actually, I was getting this error, Windows error, when I'm trying to install the BigFix
Mhm.
client, three of the machines.
Just give me a minute. Let me log into the machine. Okay, it is taking a bit. Okay, now it is restarted. Now BigFix client will take a while, and then it will again report to the BigFix server that machine is restarted. Okay, and then
Okay.
after what it will do, it will change the status from here. Right now, it's still showing that. So still BigFix client is not showing. Okay, you can see the status, Manoj.
Yes, it shows fix. Yes.
Okay, so that's it. In the upcoming one, we'll see how to deploy the applications using the BigFix console or BigFix server. So that's it in this one. Okay, so BigFix administration. Do you have any idea in that part how it works?
No, I have idea in SCCM, but somewhere I
Mhm,
try to relate.
mhm.
But
So basically, as I told you, SCL BigFix, it is a kind of patching platform, and we can patch multiple flavors of operating systems with the help of that particular tool, and we can use it for the inventory collection, security purposes, patching purposes, and other stuff. So before learning to the big fix, few questions comes into the mind like what is big fix, how can I learn big fix, how to start, where to start, should I learn something before starting the big fix, how can I get the practical knowledge, what are the different modules, how widely it is used, how soon I can learn, what are the custom fixlet and task or content. So what is big fix? Simple answer is that it is a patching tool. Rest of the definition I can share in the documents. How I can learn big fix? With the help of practical labs. That is the only way. There is no other way. You cannot read somewhere like some theory part or something like that. You have to set up a virtual lab or physical lab, whatever you want to do. So how to start? Answer is same. Before starting, we need a lab. Where to start? You can start it anywhere at your home with the video tutorials, with some guide, but lab is must. So should I learn something before starting Big Fix? Answer is yes, but not that much into the deep, like some mid-level knowledge of Windows operating system management or server OS management. Some skills are required, like Active Directory, DSCP. These kind of basic skill set means not that much into the depth, but you must know. How can I get the practical knowledge? It's totally up to you how you can get the practical knowledge. With practicals only, there is no other way. You have to perform. I will guide you. You have to perform, and that will be a practical knowledge for you. You have to perform practicals with your own. Means everyone. This is applicable for the everyone. What are the different modules in BigFix? So this particular topic will cover when we will be exploring the BigFix into the deep or the depth. How widely it is used? Like it is majorly used over the globe. It is a most popular tool. Big giants, MNCs, The companies who are managing 1 lakh or 2 lakh plus of VDI or virtual or physical infra with multiple operating system flavors, these companies are using. So you can, like, what I can consider, BigFix is widely used up to, it it is a kind of, it already captured the somewhere around in between 70 to 80% market in patching the devices. How soon I can learn? Answer is 5 days, but if you are good enough, you can learn it in 3 or 4 days as well, or it's totally up to you how much time you are spending. Accordingly, you can get the things. What are the custom content and fixlet? So fixlet and content or other task, these topics we will cover with the practicals. Why? Because before configuring the BigFix server, you will not be able to see the fixlet and task. So basically, fixlet are the patches from the Microsoft or from some other vendors to patch that particular device. That's it. Any doubt here?
No, no,
Okay.
all good.
Now, here is a course overview or the session overview, like what you are going to learn in this particular uh, series or the course, whatever we are following right now. So, the session one, how to plan to install the BigFix server along with the inventory, what kind of inventory is required. So, basically, the server configure, we need one server with Active Directory and domain services along with the DHCP server to deliver the IP addresses. But DHCP scope, it is not must, it is optional. If you do not have any DHCP scope, you in that case you have to put the manual IP addresses.